You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6.
President Trump expected to make a Supreme Court nomination in 7 days. The resistance he is facing now from both parties. Work is underway to take down the historic Anna Maria Pier. Marla Spence have a live update from the scene this morning for us. And a scam alert for veterans. We'll tell you what to look out for. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now. Good morning, 6 o'clock. I'm Ray Collins. It is Monday, July the 2nd. Hope you had a nice weekend. Stephanie Webb is back tomorrow. John Scalzi is here with details of the Monday forecast. John?
Yeah, a quiet day today, I think, for the most part. We're not going to see a whole lot in the way of rainfall activity. We've got that low pressure area located to the north that's continuing to spin around, pulling further away from the state and kind of falling apart as it does so. So its impact on us will be less. It's what brought us the heavier weekend rains on Saturday. Now we're looking at quiet conditions, and the morning commute should be just fine weather-wise. A little bit of sunshine, some cloud cover far out in the Gulf, but really not enough to spoil the daytime heating, which will get our temperatures quickly up into the 80s, further building them into the near 90-degree range by the time we hit lunchtime. Through the afternoon, we'll have hours of temperatures near 90, as we won't have a lot of cooling rainfall around today. Only about a 30% chance. That'll be mostly in inland areas, and that'll be later in the afternoon. We'll have the complete forecast for you coming up in a few.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. This is a live look at the Anna Maria Pier area. Demolition actually began yesterday. Pier was first built back in 1911. Millions have been there. They're going to build a new pier once they knock this one down, and we'll have a live preview of all the timetable coming up right here in a few minutes on Good Morning Suncoast. Checking the maps, here's the scene in Manatee County. We'll find out there's some buildup on 301 northbound as you approach State Road 70. Otherwise clear in Manatee County. Checking farther south, the northern half of Sarasota County will show nothing much in the red. The only blip I see there is on Clark Road as you head eastbound around McIntosh, also there in 41 as you cross over Stickney Point, which becomes Clark Road. And then farther south, our final map is all clear at 6:01 on your Monday morning. The president and his staff will be meeting with potential nominees to the U.S. Supreme Court all this week. The president says he'll make his nomination next Monday, but Democrats are asking him a big favor. They want him to wait until after the midterm elections.
I think that we should wait and let the American people have their say. Let's get through the election. We're just 4 months away. That's not a long time, and then let's take a look at these nominees.
In addition to resistance from Democrats, the president is also receiving some pushback from some members of his own party.
I would not support a nominee who demonstrated hostility to Roe v. Wade.
And the White House needs every vote in the Senate of Republicans to get this nomination through. As of this morning, the president is firm on moving forward with a nomination next week. An update now following concerns over housing for refugees of last year's hurricane season. A judge has ordered officials to extend vouchers for a few more days for temporary hotel housing for Puerto Rican evacuees. This decision comes just hours after a civil rights group sought a federal injunction to block the eviction of about 2,000 Puerto Rican refugees whose vouchers were set to expire yesterday. The new extension expires Thursday, so this might bounce back to the news again later on this week. Well, some sad news here. The body of a 25-year-old Memphis, Tennessee soldier who died last week during an exercise in Florida is back home now. Kalen McElmore disappeared last Wednesday during a 3-day military training exercise. His family held out hope he'd be found alive, but 2 days later, they got the grim news. His body was found. His colleagues stood at attention as his body arrived at the airport yesterday. His casket was draped with an American flag.
My intention was to pick him up from the airport. We have picked him up from the airport. It may have not been in the way that I intended it, but that was God's plan, and who goes against God? Not I.
Very poignant comment there. His family and the armed services celebrated his life over the weekend, finding comfort and strength in each other. 6:04 right now. Back in this area, work is officially underway finally to take down the historic Anna Maria Pier. Whoever thought we'd say that? Hurricane Irma damaged the pier last year. Now the city is going to replace it. Our Marla Spence is there with a preview of the demolition work. Marla?
Good morning, Ray. As you can see, this no trespassing sign is still out here at the pier. Sadly, it's been out here following Hurricane Irma. Now, that storm is the cause for the damage of the pier. Now, that damage was so bad that the city of Anna Maria decided that it was just best to demolish the pier and construct a new one. Now, work started yesterday on the pier, but it's going to take a while before it's completely done. In August, workers will begin building the new platform and a bait shop as well as a restaurant, and that will all be constructed come April of 2019. Now, the entire pier is expected to be completed by December 19th. Now, the pier is coming at a pretty hefty price. It's costing nearly $4 million, and people who live out here on the island are also raising money for the historic pier. The Anna Maria Island Preservation Trust Organization is raising some money for this pier. They've raised nearly $3,500 to help out with the cost of this pier. Now, once that money is raised, and they do have a goal of $20,000, it will be matched by an organization, which is the Manatee County. It's an organization with the Manatee County Island Preservation Trust Organization. So, and it's also going to be matched by the Development Council of Manatee County. Reporting live in Anna Maria, I'm Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Marla. Construction is now underway at the new Aquatic Center in Northport. The city broke ground yesterday on the $10 million project. We spoke to the city's Parks and Rec director about what you can expect at this new center.
There's a lazy river which will set it off from all other pools and facilities like this around. It's the only lazy river for 3 counties, so we know that that will be a great draw for families. The pool itself was designed so that we could have swim meets and competitions. We're going to have 3 slides. One is a bowl slide that specifically the teenage population has really looked for, and then we also will have a small splash pad for kids.
Sounds like fun. Construction should be finished in 12 months by July of 2019. Well, throughout July, the Federal Trade Commission is cracking down on scams that target veterans. According to a recent study by the FTC, imposter scams tend to target veterans more often than the average consumer. And according to a local consumer watchdog, last year military consumers lost millions of dollars.
Military consumers have lost $25 million in the last year, and the average amount where they've lost is $699 per instance, as compared to the average consumer that loses $500 per instance.
Well, a scam can take many forms. Imposters may say they're calling from the government or from a business with technical support expertise, while others lure unsuspecting victims by posing as legitimate users of online dating sites or saying there's an emergency with a friend or relative. For more tips on protecting yourself from scams, military or not, download our app. You can find it in the App Store under WWSB or under My Suncoast. Still ahead, gators all over Pennsylvania. How'd they get there? We'll tell you why the Keystone State is facing such an unusual issue in the Northeast. That story next, but first, here's a peek outside our window. Nice sky. The sunrise on the way next. What's the forecast today, John?
Well, a lot more of that blue sky and sunshine in store for us, and temperatures I think will rise up into the 90s again today. We'll see 2 counties in our area have a moderate risk of fire danger. That is Sarasota and Manatee. Other places have seen a fair amount of rainfall, and so consequently they're still in the low category. And our air quality is beautiful, coming in at a 26. Ozone being the biggest contributor to that number. It's just fine, though, for the afternoon. I think we're looking at some very pleasant conditions. Rain chances minimal. We'll talk about those in just a moment.
WWSB ABC 7 is an equal opportunity employer, and we're looking for qualified people to join our dynamic team. For a list of current openings and to apply online, visit www.mysuncoast.com/contact/employment. If you're a motivated team player and you want a rewarding career in a fun, fast-paced working environment, WWSB ABC 7 could be the perfect fit for you. Check out our list of openings now.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do it yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Choral Artists of Sarasota presents Patriotic Spectacular July 4th, 4:30 p.m. at First Church, Sarasota. Choral Artists of Sarasota's annual Independence Day celebration features traditional patriotic favorites, plus a choral salute to the 100th anniversary of Leonard Bernstein and a tribute to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. narrated by Nate Jacobs. Come for the concert and stay for the fireworks over Sarasota Bay. Tickets at choralartistsarasota.org or by calling 941-387-4900.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
A 75-degree air temperature, a dew point coming in pretty close to that at 74. So temperature and dew point close enough together that our relative humidity is really high, coming in at 96%. As we head into the afternoon, the humidity will drop a little bit, but still that dew point value at 74 is going to make it feel pretty sticky again this afternoon. Heat index, same as the air temperature right now, but that won't be the case as we head into the afternoon. As the temperature continues to rise up to near the 90 mark by 12 noon, you'll feel it feels like temperature probably closer to the 100 mark. 20% chance of showers today. We'll have a mix of sun and fair weather clouds, but on balance, lots of sunshine with a daytime high temperature of probably only around 91 or 92. And about a 30% chance of showers, maxing out our forecast rain chances today, but that'll be mostly in inland areas. The rain showers near the coast during lunchtime translate into inland areas as the sea breeze pushes everything closer and closer to the center of the state. 20% chance as the sea breeze collapses and some of the showers work their way back to the coast. Kind of similar to what we saw yesterday, where there wasn't really a whole lot of showers around near the coastline, but there were a few. We have this area of low pressure that continues to spin further from us, the whole line of showers pushing back now toward the Louisiana Delta region. That was the culprit that brought us all the showers and cloud cover on Saturday. Lowered our daytime high temperatures. That was kind of nice, but certainly brought us a lot of rainfall as well. Won't see that today. A lot of dry air in place aloft, helping to reduce the rain chances for your morning commute to near zero, basically. On the way home, there might be a few showers dotting the landscape, particularly in areas around Punta Gorda, Northport, and areas just a little bit further inland. Otherwise, the weather highlights will include kind of a complex pattern for midweek, which will enhance our rainfall chances a little bit. They'll also change the pattern a tad in that will force the showers a little bit closer to the coastline by the 4th of July. Here's why. We have a little area of low pressure kind of building southward. It's a little trough low pressure that'll come in from the Atlantic. High pressure will build in. We'll get this general wind flow that comes in off of the Atlantic coast. We'll watch for a few scattered showers around today, mostly in inland areas. I think most of these showers will be non-severe, but we could get some gusty winds under some of them, particularly as we head into midweek. Futurecast shows, again, a few of the showers near the coastline during lunchtime, and then everything kind of moving inland as that sea breeze begins to push. Now, the sea breeze will keep the coastline a little bit cooler. That'll be nice. If you're heading to the beaches today, you'll probably have a daytime high temperature topping out in the upper 80s as opposed to lower 90s. These showers will try to work their way back to the coastline as they die out later in the day. Your beach and boating forecast calls for a southwest wind coming in at about 10 knots, shifting west in the evening. Northeast overnight and lightening up a bit, 2-foot seas, light chop. Tomorrow we're going to start making that transition into, oh, that's an old thing, get rid of that. Make a transition into probably a little bit better conditions for the weekend. We'll be looking at daytime highs that top out around 91 tomorrow as well. Then we transition with an easterly wind flow, keeping the coastline a little bit more under the gun for a scattered shower or two on Wednesday. And then as we head into Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we'll return to more average rain chances for the Saturday period. Back to you, Ray.
All right, thank you, John. Checking the roads, some buildup there on 301 northbound as you approach State Road 70. Also southbound as you head back toward Whitfield and Sarasota County. Speaking of which, let's check the map now, the northern half of Sarasota County. There's some buildup there on 41 northbound as you cross over 10th Street. Also, we've got a new icon there to talk to you about, I-75 southbound, an accident at Bee Ridge Road, so be aware of that. Perhaps if you're about to head south on 75, you might want to avoid that and perhaps take 301 or 41 if you've got the option. Also Clark Road in the eastbound lane from McIntosh on in toward the interstate. And then checking our final map to the south, nothing much besides one little blip there at the base of your screen as you leave Charlotte County and head into the Northport area. Look at this, gators in Pennsylvania. Yeah, the numbers actually rising in central PA. Campers in Jonestown were startled by two surprise visitors, an iguana and a gator. Yeah, in Lancaster, an alligator was found roaming a neighborhood. That'll freak them out up there. Thankfully, they've been on the smaller side. Experts say pet owners have simply abandoned them. A local reptile sanctuary is pushing for legislation to prevent the buying and selling of alligators as pets.
As long as Pennsylvania's existed, we've been allowed to have pet alligators. In all of our surrounding states, alligators as pets are illegal.
Now that sanctuary is working with a place in Tampa where they've been transporting the captured gators back south. Entertainment news, pardon the pun, something old is new again. Jurassic Park is tops at the box office. Also, actors protesting immigration policies, and a former sitcom star gets married again. Reporter Christopher Watson has the latest from Hollywood.
Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom stayed on top of the box office in week 2 of release, earning another $60 million. That brings its domestic earnings to just under $265 million, $932 million worldwide.
Hello?
Hey, honey. How are the kids?
Everything's great.
Incredibles 2 held second place in week 3. Sicario, Day of the Soldado performed better than expected. A $19 million debut for third place. The basketball comedy Uncle Drew, right on its heels, debuting in 4th. Celebrities joined demonstrations from New York to LA Saturday in protest of the Trump administration's immigration policies. Kerry Washington, Amy Schumer, Lin-Manuel Miranda, Alicia Keys, Laura Dern, and more among those posting to social media.
All deserve the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Congratulations, Kaylee Cuoco. The Big Bang Theory star married professional equestrian Carl Cook Saturday. And I, Tonya star Margot Robbie turns 28 Monday. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Christopher Watson, ABC News.
Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast this morning, a manhunt is underway after an infamous gangster escaped from a prison in France for the second time. But first, let's go to Anne Maria Pier. Here's Marla Spence.
And work is underway to take down the historic Anna Maria Pier after it experienced extensive amount of damage due to Hurricane Irma. I have a live report at 6:30.
6:19 right now. Here's a peek outside our window. Nice sunrise developing there. Should see a high of 91 degrees today. A chance of rain, 30%. We'll have John's forecast and more news on the way on Good Morning Suncoast.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
I took my first handful of pills, and that's when all my priorities seemed to change.
He would ask to use the bathroom in other people's homes.
He just assumed that they would have medication.
He'd go in their medicine cabinets and steal prescription drugs.
I wish I knew really what these prescription pills were.
We were so naive about the whole drug thing.
These are all synthetic forms of heroin.
Keep your medication locked up because you'll never notice that a pill is gone.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Meet Blue. Blue's not feeling well. The prescription? Generic medication. Blue wonders, do they really work as well as name brands? Yes, generics and name brand medications do work the same. Even though they may look different, generics have the same key ingredients. FDA approval is equally rigorous for generics to make sure they're as safe and effective as name brands. And Blue even saves some green, making him a little less, well, blue. Talk to your doctor about generics and visit fda.gov/generic drugs.
Selfless service is the principle that guides Army National Guard soldiers to be ready whenever disaster strikes. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times. Selfless service. It's what inspires the men and women of the Army National Guard to be part of something greater than themselves. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
When my youngest, Addie, was 2.5, she was diagnosed with leukemia. When we first heard that diagnosis, you feel extremely alone. Walking in that Light the Night light with 6,000 people carrying lights, white for survivors, red for supporters, gold in memory of those who have passed. It's the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's hope that every year there are fewer gold lanterns. Your lantern will make a difference.
Start a team, join a team.
Help us light the night.
Welcome back, 6:22. How about that? Look at your screens right now. There is a live shot of the Anna Maria Pier. That's where it is. Of course, it is being dismantled as we speak. Workers began yesterday, and they're going to take it down and build a new one by the end of next year. Of course, if you were in the area last September, you know why. Hurricane Irma blew through, and on September 12th, that pier was damaged beyond saving, so they're going to knock it down. We'll have a live update on the plans, the timetable, in about 8 minutes here on Good Morning Suncoast as a pedestrian walks by there. And here's a live shot from closer to Sarasota. There's the scene outside our window here in the Rosemary District at 6:23. Pretty day, and John says should see a high of 91 degrees today. Well, some big news in the world of sports. LeBron James leaving the Cleveland Cavaliers again, this time to join the Los Angeles Lakers. He signed a 4-year, $154 million contract with the Lakers. He played his previous 15 seasons with the Cavaliers and the Heat, and then back to the Cavaliers again. He's been to the All-Star game every year for the past 13 years. He's a 2-time medalist and the best, if not one of the best, along with Michael Jordan. It's a long-time dispute who's the best ever. He certainly might be one of the top 2. Look at this now. A rocket burst into flames seconds after liftoff from Japan. Luckily, nobody on board and no injuries from this blast. The rocket was developed by Interstellar Technologies. Incorporated, wow, their attempt last July to launch the rocket also failed. If it had been successful, the launch would have been Japan's first privately developed rocket to reach outer space. They are 0 for 2 in the Far East. It's a prison break in France that sounds like it's straight from a Hollywood script. ABC's Candace Gibson has this unusual story.
In this morning's GMA First Look, thousands of police are actively searching for 46-year-old Redouane Faïd, serving a 25-year sentence for murder. Listen to this video. You can hear the blades of the chopper in the prison courtyard and see two men dressed in black running out before the chopper pulls away with Faïd inside. His fellow prisoners cheering spectacular escape as it disappears off into the distance. Dumbstruck authorities calling the escape spectacular themselves, scratching their heads at the high level of planning involved. Authorities say on Sunday morning, 3 men dressed in black carrying assault rifles hijacked this helicopter holding its instructor hostage. And we'll have a live report from France coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Eva Pilgrim, ABC News, Paris.
New Listerine Sensitivity gives you lasting protection from tooth sensitivity. With first-of-its-kind protection, it blocks tooth sensitivity at the source. So instead of your favorite foods making you feel like this, you'll enjoy them like this. Bring out the bold.
Well, here's to first dates. You look amazing.
And you look amazingly comfortable.
When your V-neck looks more like a U-neck, that's when you know it's half-washed. Add Downy to keep your collars from stretching. Unlike detergent alone, Downy conditions to smooth and strengthen fibers. So next time, don't half-wash it. Downy, and it's done.
Living healthy is a balancing act. That's why I love Light and Fit Greek non-fat yogurt. Each delicious cup contains 12 grams of protein and 80 calories. It's nutrition that fits my healthy life. Light and Fit, do what fits you.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do it yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help. With Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining.
A decade of war has taken an unprecedented toll on our men and women in uniform.
Hundreds of thousands of our veterans are suffering from the trauma of war.
At Justice for Vets, we believe that every veteran should have the opportunity for treatment and restoration.
Get involved and go to justiceforvets.org.
help put treatment within reach of veterans in crisis.
Veterans fought for our freedom. Now it's our turn to fight for theirs.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6:30.
Happening in Florida, a family separated at the border is now reunited. The reunion of a mother and daughter that took place in Miami. New hope this morning in the rescue mission of a missing soccer team in Thailand. And work is underway back in this area to take down the historic Anna Maria Pier. We'll have a live update from northern Manatee County's Barrier Island right now on Good Morning Suncoast. Welcome back, 6:30, Monday morning, July 2nd. I'm Ray Collins. Stephanie is back tomorrow. Let's get the forecast now for this hot day from John Scalzi.
Yeah, hot and basically pretty dry as well today. We have this area of low pressure that brought us the weekend rains continuing to move further away from us. So we're left kind of high and dry with high pressure building in. We'll have quiet conditions on our roadways this morning. Now, around noontime, we might see a few scattered showers along the coastline. Those showers will then gradually drift into inland areas as the sea breeze strengthens. Lots of sunshine, a little bit of cloud cover out in the central Gulf, but really not a whole lot close to land. We'll see the temperatures rise up to about 90 degrees already by lunchtime, and 20% chance of those coastal showers beginning to form. As we head into the afternoon, the 30% chance of showers is mostly for inland areas as our coastal temperatures climb to around 91. We'll have that complete forecast for you coming up in just a few.
All right, thank you, John. Pretty live shot here. Look at this. There is the Anna Maria Pier, or at least that's where it's been for the past 107 years. They're now dismantling the pier, though, after the damage from last year, Hurricane Irma. Tight shot there of the sign out front. Certainly an historic spot. And they'll take down the pier now and replace it slowly and be ready by the end of next year. We'll have a live update from our Marla Spence, who is live there on the scene in about 5 minutes here on Good Morning Suncoast. Speaking of Manatee County, no real problems there. A little issue there on 64 westbound as you approach downtown Bradenton. Also State Road 70 westbound as you approach 301. Checking farther south now on the maps, let's find out how it looks in the northern section of Sarasota County. Still an ongoing issue on I-75 southbound around the Bee Ridge Road area. You might want to avoid 75 southbound, perhaps take 301 or 41 if that concerns you. It doesn't show any residual backups right now, though. That's the good news. And then farther to the south, we'll find out in the South County region, a couple blips there, 41 southbound as you head toward Nokomis, and also northbound as you come out of Charlotte County. All this week, the White House will be vetting possible nominees for the U.S. Supreme Court. President Trump promises an announcement a week from today, but as reporter Andrew Spencer tells us, Democrats want him to wait a few more months.
President Donald Trump says he will make his nomination for U.S. Supreme Court next Monday, making an announcement on Twitter over the weekend. Democratic Senator Tammy Duckworth insists the decision is being made too soon.
I think that we should wait and let the American people have their say. Let's get through the election. We're just 4 months away. That's not a long time. And then let's take a look at these nominees.
Last week, Duckworth retweeted Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell's words from 2016, when Republican leadership refused to consider a replacement for Justice Antonin Scalia.
This is not 2016.
McConnell has said the presidential election at the end of Barack Obama's presidency was different than the upcoming midterms.
We're right in the middle of this president's very first term.
But Duckworth says the decision is important enough to wait.
We're talking about someone who, on the Supreme Court, could end Roe v. Wade, could help to overturn much of the legislation that protects not just a woman's right to choose, but health care.
I would not support a nominee who demonstrated hostility to Roe v. Wade.
Republican Senator Susan Collins has at times voted with the Democratic caucus. She is one of 6 senators, including 3 red state Democrats, who met with Trump last week and who could be key to the confirmation of any Supreme Court justice.
I want a judge who will apply the law to the facts of the case with fidelity to the Constitution. Roe v. Wade is a constitutional right that is well established.
I'm Andrew Spencer reporting.
There's renewed hope this morning. A missing Thailand soccer team will be found. Divers are closing in on a spot where the team may have taken shelter. It's believed 12 boys and their coach were trapped in a flooded cave last weekend, and now China has joined in the search as well, providing underwater robots with a greater reach than the robots that were being used by officials from Thailand. Back in Florida, an immigrant family separated after crossing the border was reunited in Miami over the weekend. Here's some video of that. Buenaventura Gadanez Martinez was fleeing gang violence in Guatemala. She came in the U.S. with her 10-month-old son to seek asylum. Days after she was released from detention, her husband tried to cross the border with their daughter. The father and daughter were separated under the administration's zero-tolerance policy. This morning, the family is waiting to hear from immigration officials about their asylum request. Well, nearly 10 months after Hurricane Irma, work begins now to dismantle the historic Anna Maria Island Pier. It's been there for over 100 years. Our Marla Spence has a preview of the work that will be done over the coming months. Marla?
Good morning, Ray. This pier has been out here since about 1911. Besides it being historic, it drew pretty large crowds out here. But since Hurricane Irma last year, this pier has been closed due to an extensive amount of damage due to that storm. Now, it's been a long time coming, but demolition of the pier is now underway after being closed for nearly 10 months. As of yesterday, workers began to demolish the pier in order to restore it. In August, workers will also begin building a new platform for the pier, and a bait shop and a restaurant will also be constructed, but that will begin next April. Now, the entire pier is expected to be complete and open December 2019. Reporting live in Anna Maria, Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Marla. In honor of July, which is Parks and Rec Month, the city of Northport needs your help to name a new playground. The future Boundless Playground has been designed for all children, including those with physical, developmental, cognitive, or also sensor disabilities. Now, here's a map. Construction for the Boundless Playground is underway at the Garden of Five Senses, which is off Pan American Boulevard in Northport. The project should be complete in November. If you want to help name the park, you can go to our website and look for a link at mysuncoast.com. Of all the new laws that took effect in Florida yesterday, July 1st, one could change where you go to the beach. As our Erica Jackson shows us, new rules protect beachfront property owners.
I assumed that, everybody's allowed to walk back here. We get a ton of that.
Colleen Profera lives steps away from the Gulf. She's used to the high tide rushing through the sand, but is often surprised to see beachgoers sitting on her stairs or walking through her backyard.
And they don't realize what they're doing. They'll come up and then be surprised.
But now beachfront homeowners have more power to ask strangers to leave. Starting Sunday, a new state law gives property owners the right to kick people off the sand on their private beach.
I don't know how they're going to know about it, so I don't know if that will stop them much.
Florida's new law makes it easier for beachgoers to understand where they can tread while on private property. The wet tide belongs to the public. Property owners have the right to limit access on the dry sand.
If I knew that it was illegal to walk on the dry sand in this area, I wouldn't.
One Siesta Key condominium is already enforcing the newly enacted law, requiring wristbands for beach access and displaying signs along the property.
If you're not paying attention and you're not pushing it, I think, then it probably won't be as big of a deal. But it would depend probably on the owner.
The unique law is the first of its kind in the U.S. and also forbids local government from enacting or enforcing a customary use ordinance.
The government cannot now come back and say, okay, but you can come onto the land for a certain amount of time or under these circumstances to use the beach.
Profera says she doesn't plan on contacting law enforcement when beachgoers trespass on the private beach, unless they're causing a disturbance.
And if they're just sitting there drinking or throwing trash, sometimes you get that, then I would be like, no.
Reporting on Siesta Key, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Well, police in Sarasota say they'll assess how the new law will impact the beaches along Lido Key. It says they'll take action on an individual basis as needed. So 104 other laws are also in effect now in Florida as of yesterday. Among them, a new state budget that'll include nearly $90 billion for school security, also health care and the state prison system, school vouchers for students who are victims of bullying or other violence in the schools, and also laws aimed at cracking down on the opioid epidemic, limiting how much doctors can prescribe for acute pain, now down to just 3 days. The bill requires physicians to check with a statewide database before prescribing or dispensing controlled substances. Clear blue skies greeted beachgoers and racers yesterday on the final day of the 34th annual Grand Prix off Lido Key. Quite the opposite from Saturday's rainy weather. Crowds packed the beach on Sunday to watch boaters show their need for speed.
It's always been on the bucket list to do the event, and we're checking the bucket list off today. Gorgeous out here, a little bit of breeze, a little bit of cloud cover, then you get the sun. Couldn't ask for a better day.
Visibility was a lot better today, and the sea conditions, were almost ideal for our size boat.
So win or lose, it was a great day for all as proceeds went toward the Suncoast Charities for Children, which helps build facilities to help teens and adults with special needs in our area. If you missed the races this weekend, there's still some time to see the highlights. We've got a link on our website at mysuncoast.com. Also, I posted some pictures. If you're on Facebook, go to Ray Collins ABC7, and you'll see some extra pictures we posted on social media over the weekend. And now to a video you could only capture here in Florida. 2 alligators fighting while 2 sandhill cranes stopped to watch the show. This was caught by one of our viewers named Sarah. It starts out peacefully. 2 sandhill cranes overlooking a residential pond. When 2 alligators come up there on the grass on the right-hand side of your screen, they circle and snap, jaws biting into tails as they tussle before lying still, all while the sandhill cranes make popcorn and watch the whole thing. Another day on the Suncoast, sandhill cranes watching gators fight. That's how you know you're in Florida. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, LeBron James once again leaving Cleveland to take his skills someplace else. You might be surprised at his contract. 6:41 right now. Here's a peek at the Anna Maria Pier. This is from the pier. This might be, and John, you tell me, this might be the nicest live shot we have shown in the past year.
I don't know. That's tough, Ray. We've got a lot of nice live shots in the morning.
Look at that one, though.
That's beautiful.
Wow.
No doubt about it. That is gorgeous. We have across our region a lot of fair sky, shaping up to be a rain-free morning. Your commute has none of the inclement weather boxes checked this morning. It's going to be a breeze getting to work weather-wise. Near 80 as you head out the door, upper 80s on the way home. Maybe this afternoon there might be a thunderstorm possible, but most of those thunderstorms are going to be in inland areas. The FAA is reporting all of the airport hubs serving Sarasota International Bradenton running on time this morning. So if you're traveling, that's a good thing to know. We'll give you the complete forecast in just a moment.
Our nurse, Jennifer, all we did is pick up the phone if I was having a bad day, and the next thing we know, she was here at the door. I can't believe that I would have received any greater care anywhere. From that moment on, everything changed dramatically. And I don't know what we would have done without that.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Excuse me a minute. Hi, Dad. No, don't try to get up.
Hi, I'm Julie, a right-at-home caregiver. And if I'd been caring for Tom's dad, I would have noticed some dizziness that could lead to balance issues. That's because I'm trained to report any changes in behavior, no matter how small. So Tom could have peace of mind.
We'll be right there. We have to go.
Hey, Tom, you should try Right at Home. They're great for us.
The right care, right at home.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system can make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now SoClean.com has released the world's first and only automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
My health has improved. It's simple to use, and I'm not worried about infections.
SoClean works on all CPAP machines and popular masks, destroying CPAP bacteria, viruses, and germs without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and in just minutes, voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398. Or visit SoClean.com today.
About every 3 minutes in America, someone is diagnosed with a blood cancer. Light the Night brings together survivors and supporters to bring light to the darkness of cancer and to help fund life-saving research. Our goal is a world without blood cancers, and we're lighting the path to cures. The discoveries made in blood cancer research have led to breakthrough treatments for many cancers and other serious diseases. Help defeat the darkness of cancer. Join Light the Night today.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
75-degree air temperature with plenty of sunshine out there to start off your morning. 74-degree dew point giving you a relative humidity of 96%. We have an east wind, which has been fairly consistent throughout the day today. That east wind coming in at about 5. I think as we head into the afternoon, we'll see a west wind develop with a sea breeze building, and that should push most of the shower and thunderstorm activity into inland areas. By 12 noon, we will have hit 90 degrees already, or be pretty close to it. We'll have about a 20% chance of a coastal shower at that time as the sea breeze begins to form. Once the sea breeze gets going, it pushes most of the rain showers into inland areas where there'll be about a 30% chance of showers. We'll look for a temperature of about 91 at that time. That'll probably be pretty close to our daytime high as we head into the evening. A few of the showers may try to work their way back to the coastline during the late evening, but for the most part, the focus is still going to be in inland areas. Only about a 20% chance of showers late in the day as temperatures climb back down or fall back down into the 80s. So we have this area of spinning low pressure still located to the north of us that continues to pull away from the state of Florida, kind of in the process of falling apart. We'll watch that. And then locally, we'll watch those showers and thunderstorms as they did yesterday build mostly in inland areas. Cooper in central Sarasota picked up 1.5 inches of rainfall from some of the showers over the weekend. And I think we'll probably see about the same sort of coverage today as we saw yesterday, maybe even a little bit less, as the rain chances will be fairly minimal today, and again, mostly east of the interstate. Quiet right now on radar, not a drop of rain falling anywhere. Should be a very pretty start to the day. Weather highlights feature an area of low pressure sinking southward will continue to move into the area. High pressure builds in. We get this easterly wind flow. That tends to bring us mostly inland showers, and over the next several days, I think, as it strengthens, we'll see the sea breeze kept kind of close to the coast, so that might up the rain chances a little bit as we head into the 4th of July. Coastal rain showers in the morning, inland rain showers in the afternoon, and slightly better rain chances for the 4th. Those are your weather highlights. Futurecast today shows what I'm talking about. Around lunchtime, we start to see a few showers build to the coast as the sea breeze begins to form. The sea breeze takes those showers and pushes them into inland areas where they become more numerous along that sea breeze boundary. Then those showers kind of meander and linger along the spine of the state through the afternoon, and a few of them, as the sea breeze collapses, may try to work their way back toward the coastline as we head into the evening. That's the thinking for the next day or two, and then on Wednesday, more of those showers will be kept closer to the coast as opposed to the spine of the state. Southwest wind comes in at about 10 knots today. Good day for boating, becoming more westerly at about 10 knots later in the afternoon. 2-foot seas and just a light chop on your bay and inland waters. Forecast looks good as well for today. 91 the high, a 30% chance of rain showers, mostly in inland areas. Same thing tomorrow. I think about a 30% chance will do it. But then, As we head into Wednesday, we'll up the rain chance a little bit, up to about 40%. And a lot of the showers that we do see might be focused a little bit closer to the coastline. So we'll watch that, and that might be a kind of a nowcasting situation as we head into Wednesday evening. A good day to have your First Alert weather app handy, obviously. And then as we head into Thursday and Friday, our rain chances hold at about 30 or 40%. They go up a little on Saturday, and Sunday I think we'll pretty much have returned to the typical summertime weather pattern. Ray?
All right, Sean, thanks very much. Talk to you again soon. There's the roads right now. First off, in Manatee County, some buildup on 301 southbound as you head back towards Sarasota County. Also State Road 70 west as you head toward 301. Otherwise pretty clear in that section. A little farther north or south, there's still an issue on I-75 at Bee Ridge Road. Southbound, an accident at exit 207 there, so be aware of that. Perhaps you might want to take 301. Right now there is some delay on 301 southbound as you head between, actually that's 41, between Bay Vista and Weber, let's say. And then our final map to the south will show us not much to speak of right now, pretty clear at 6:50 on your Monday morning. Developing story here, President Trump wants to boost tariffs without congressional consent. A proposed plan would also state that the U.S. will stop abiding by some key standards put in place by the World Trade Organization. According to the White House, is simply the start of a conversation over trade. Still ahead, your top headlines before 7 o'clock, and also one more peek now at the live shot everyone's talking about outside Anna Maria. This is the Northern Barrier Islands, Manatee County. Pretty shot there. The historic pier is being dismantled as we speak. Work began yesterday. A new one will go up by next year. More on that story in the day's top 7 headlines before 7 a.m. next.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Thanks to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, what was once impossible is happening today for thousands of patients with blood cancer.
I live.
I live. I live. I live. I live. She lives.
Because of the research done by the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society in the battle against blood cancer.
If you had a chance to support the research that is saving lives, what would you do?
Designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here.
Why, you don't like my hair?
The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds. No.
Delicious recipes.
Today, I'm going to show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch The Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
Northland Outdoors is about so much more than the biggest fish or the hottest hunting spots. All across the Northland, there are amazing people with incredible stories to tell. We're going to find those stories and share them with everyone. Join us each and every week as we explore the Northland and experience some of the most exciting outdoor adventures in the country right here in our own backyard. This is Northland Outdoors.
Hurricane season is here, and so is the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC 7. This essential resource arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit, shelter locations, what to do with pets, and important phone numbers. Visit mysuncoast.com and download the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC 7. Brought to you by Batteries Plus, the Florida Lottery, and Sarasota Glass and Mirror.
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Here are the top 7 headlines before 7 a.m. First off, John Scalzi's Monday forecast.
Ray, thanks very much. We're seeing a few scattered showers around out in Gulf waters, but so far nothing that would bother us here close to land. As we head into the afternoon, I think we'll enjoy more and more sunshine and just a few scattered showers. Our daytime high around 91, right?
Thank you, John. One issue right now on the roads, if you're heading southbound on I-75, there's a problem there at Bee Ridge. For the past hour or so, an accident at 75 southbound at Bee Ridge, so you might want to take 301, although our map is not showing much problem with residual delays right now. Number 3, work is underway to dismantle the historic pier on Anna Maria Island. That's a live shot right now, just adjacent to the pier. It was damaged last year by Hurricane Irma. A new pier will be put up by the end of next year. Number 4, a judge has ordered officials to extend vouchers for a few more days for temporary hotel housing for Puerto Rican evacuees. FEMA is now working to notify hotels to extend the stay until Thursday. Number 5, all this week the White House will vet possible nominees for the Supreme Court. President Trump promises an announcement by Monday, a week from today. Number 6, renewed hope this morning that a missing Thai soccer team will be found. Divers are closing in on a spot where they may have taken shelter. It's believed the 12 boys and coach were trapped in a flooded cave last weekend. And number 7, LeBron James is taking his skills to Los Angeles now, leaving Cleveland again with good reason. In fact, 154 million reasons why. He's got a 4-year deal worth a good chunk of change. He played 15 seasons so far with the Cavs and the Heat. So teach your kids to be basketball players, it turned out.
Sure, you're not kidding. Wow, can you imagine? Wonder how the folks in Cleveland are taking that.
Oh,
boy,
not
I'll tell you what.
well.
Not well, I should imagine.
Deja vu, it happened before. 6:56, thanks for watching. Here's a shot from Anna Maria Pier.